Hey everyone, today's video is going to be another tutorial lesson on how to play Your Love's Return, Song for Stephen Foster by Gordon Lightfoot. Released in 1970 on the If You Could Read My Mind album that was originally titled Sit Down Young Stranger. This was a requested video to make this, and if you guys are enjoying these tutorial videos and they're a help, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe and comment below if you would like to see more tutorial videos. I'd be more than happy to do them. I do have another one in the queue that's coming up soon. It'll be on how to play Shadows from the 1982 album of the same name. I'm working on that here, and I'll be hopefully to get that posted here soon. So let's go ahead and get into the song. So to match the recording of the album, you're going to be capoed on the 2nd fret, and you're going to be in standard tuning. So the intro of this song, I have never found anything in chord charts that exist of it on how to play this part. I actually learned how to play the intro partially from playing by ear, as well as watching another video that kind of broke the song down in a different key. I can include that in the link as well for you guys if it will be a help. So with that being said, let's get into it. So you're going to start on the 5th fret. This is sort of an A chord, A major chord of some kind. I would almost maybe call it a suspended chord, but I'm not really too sure, so I apologize for that. But you're going to have your index finger, 5th fret, B string, your middle finger, 6th fret, G string, and your ring finger, D string, 7th fret. So they're all real close to each other, if you can see that. So here's the picking pattern. Okay. Now you're going to take this intro chord and then you're going to slide down. In this song there are several walk-ups, walk-downs, and a couple different slides as well. So it's a real pretty song. It's got a wonderful melody. But so here's that first chord. You're going to slide down to an A11 chord. And then after you've done the A11 chord, you're going to make a major shape, but you're going to take your ring finger and put it on the 4th fret D string and do this kind of shape. And then you're going to take your fingers off there, and then you're going to move your middle finger to the D string again, 2nd fret, and play that just one finger, and the rest of the notes you're playing are open. And then you're going to do this really cool walk up. Now I'm going to come back to this walk up in a second, but let's talk about the first beginning part. So here's how you're going to play it. Starting here, slide down, bar chord, here, then the walk up, and then you go back home to D at the end of that. So what you're doing here is the walk up is a really cool part. And in fact, it's actually my favorite part of the whole song because I've been able to use it for so many of the things. But so you're going to take your middle finger, B string, and then you're going to go to a G over B chord. So it's going to be index finger, 2nd fret, A string, then your ring finger and pinky finger, B string and the high E string. So again, index finger, A string, 2nd fret, ring finger, B string, 3rd fret, and pinky finger, high E string, 3rd fret. And then you're going to take that chord shape and not change anything, but you're just going to slide up 2 frets to the 4th. And then go back to D. One thing you want to be careful, because I just made that mistake there. One thing you want to be very careful of when you're making that walk up is you don't want to hit. You only want to pluck the strings that you're playing, and not hit the other notes in between, because it's not going to sound right. some of the voices will get muffled a little bit by the off sounding notes. So here's that walk up. So you're gonna, so what I'm doing is I'm plucking the A and the B string. They're making that G or B shape, plucking those strings that are all finger here's. So only plucking the strings that actually have the chords on them. And there's, so you're gonna do that walk up. Here's that walk up again. One more time. And you can play with that for a while until you get comfortable and until it gets really flowing. But here's that intro again, all put together. And you can choose to do a hammer-on. It just feels good to me to do it. It adds some real nice little extra flavoring to the chords. One more thing too, when you're doing this first chord, try not to hit that, because if you're trying to match Gordon's original recording, you don't want to hit that note. But you can definitely hit it on the A11. But that's just a little thought there. So that's the intro, and now we're going to come into the verses. Come to the door, my pretty one. Put on your rings and precious things. Hide all your tears as best you can. Try to recall what used to be. And then you go into the chorus. So here's the verses. Now for all the verses, there's 3 verses in this song, and each verse is played exactly the same. So once you get it down through verse 1, it's smooth sailing all the way through the rest of those verses. So we're going to start with D. Come to the door, my pretty one. And he slides up to what's called a E over D chord. And you want to make sure that you're only playing those 3 notes there. You don't want to be hitting this D string, because it just doesn't sound right. So, come to the door, my pretty one. Keeping that same D major shape. Then he's going to slide to a variation on the G minor chord. So you're going to go down 1 fret. You're going to go down to fret 3, and you're going to bar the last 3 strings, the G, the B, and the E. Put on your rings and precious things, back home to D. So there's that part again. Come to the door, my pretty one. Put on your rings and precious things. Then here comes the next part. Hide all your tears as best you can. To an E minor, then to an E suspended. Try to recall what used to be. So that there, in that second part, you're going to go to D major, E minor, E suspended, which is keeping the E minor shape but you're going to add your pinky finger on the G string, 2nd fret. Try to recall to an E major 7, I mean it's not E major 7, to an E7 chord, I'm sorry. To an E7 chord, back to A. And then here comes the walk up from the intro. And you're back, and then you go into the chorus. This walk up appears at the end of the intro, at the end of the verses, and the end of the chorus. This walk up always makes an appearance in the song at the end of each part of it. So again, it's a really cool little bit. I love it. So here's the intro. Here's the verse chords. Come to the door, my pretty one. Put on your rings and precious things. Hide all your tears as best you can. Try to recall what it used to be. Now we go into the chorus. And here's the chorus, and I'll break that down. Roses are waiting for dewdrops to fall, climbing your windows and walls. bells in the steeple are ringing, singing. Listen to them talking about your love's return. So here's the chorus. So you're going to start on D major, then you're going to start another walk down part. Roses are waiting. So you're going to take your D shape, you're going to take your middle finger and move it over to the 3rd fret A string, which is a bit of a C shape there. I think it's D over C, I think. Roses are waiting, back to G over B, for dewdrops to fall. So what he does, what Gordon does, and this is really cool. So you go from this to here, to fall, right where he says to fall, to fall. He goes here, then down, back up, back to the G over B. So here's that put together. Roses are waiting for dewdrops to fall, climbing your windows and walls of dew. So you can work on that. So dun dun. Once you get that part down, then he's going to throw another G minor chord in here, and it's not going to be this one. It's actually going to be in this same vein, and the only finger you're just walking that down. So once you get from here, then you go into this, where you take your pinky finger and slide it down to the 1st fret, still on the A string, while keeping your ring and pinky finger on the B and the E string on the 3rd fret. And this is another G minor variation. This is Gordon Lightfoot often used this shape in a couple other songs as well. It's a really cool chord, and it sounds so good in drop D tuning as well, on a couple other his songs that he uses it for. So here's that chorus again. So after he goes, bells in the steeple are ringing, back home to D, singing. Now that E over D is back, here comes the new part. We're going to go back to the A11. Listen to them talking about your love's return. So after he does the bells in the steeple are ringing, singing, then he switches to an A11. Listen to, slide down to F major 7. Talking about your love's return. And then it comes in that walk up again. So again, there's the A11 chord there. And then to the F major 7. Keeping that same shape as the A11. Starting on the 3rd fret, B string, index finger. And then you've got the you got your middle finger on the G, and then you've got your ring finger on the D, and then you slide it down to here, to A, and then it goes that walk up. And once you get that, the rest of the song plays out exactly like that. So once you get this down through the first verse and the first chorus, you've got it excellent. I hope that was helpful to you guys. If you like this video, please again to be sure to leave a comment, subscribe, and a like below, and I'll see you guys on the next cover and tutorial video.